Hey, this is Pat, and today we are checking out the all-new Alpinestars AMT-10R Drystar XF Jacket. So as the name implies, this is a very complicated jacket, and in my opinion, this is going to be something that lets a designer of ADV gear run wild. There's a lot of cool features in this jacket that gives you a 4-season modular jacket designed for ADV and touring riders out there, and we'll understand why in a couple minutes that I say it is modular. Again, I think this is a really cool jacket with a lot of great features that might be right for you and your ride. Starting off though, on my left, you know him, you love him, we all have to deal with him. This is Spurgeon over here. He is standing at 6'3", 44-inch chest and 220 pounds, currently wearing the size extra large in the AMT. If he looks at the sizing chart, he's actually between two sizes, often in the extra large and the 2 extra large with Alpinestars' line. He has gone down to the extra large and it's fitting him spot on. It's got a kidney belt, so it helps hold everything in, but he's still looking nice and svelte on the outside. So again, looking at this jacket, this is coming in around the $940 price point. Again, that is a steep price when you look at it, but a lot of the features are going to start justifying it as we start breaking it down. Starting up top though, at the collar, you do have a nice collar with no snap closures, so you have a nice zipper garage for the main zipper so it doesn't bite you in the neck, and a nice hidden collar that's going to hide some of the snaps that I'll talk about in just a second when you remove this upper layer, because you can turn this into a mesh riding jacket, even though as the name implies it is a Drystar waterproof main chassis. So starting at the outer shoulders, I want to take a look over here. This is super fabric on the outer shoulders with CE Level 2 Nucleon Pro armor underneath. So it is the top dog when it comes to Alpinestars armor, sitting right up top there to help with any impacts. You get that at the shoulder as well as the elbow, and you do have some nice patchwork, a little bit of foam. And if you look down along the inside of the arm, you do get an adjuster and some closures for Velcro down at the cuff, as well as a thumb loop through. One of the things I want to note here before we turn to the side is he does have super fabric on the outside to match the shoulder, so you do get a little bit of abrasion resistance once you hit the ground. That super fabric is designed to help you slide, so it's nice and protective in case you should hit the deck. Coming up to the chest though, one of the main features I want to talk about with this jacket is that modular design, the thing I think really excels in the overall design. If I look at the chest up here, there's 2 zippers. So you do have pockets on the outside, but then you can remove the entire front chassis. And you have snaps around the collar. Spurgeon, go ahead and turn to the side real quick for me, and I'll help you get this one off on here. So it's actually an overcoat that we can then pull off with the magnets on the bottom. And again, I think this is really important to show you what it looks like underneath, and I'll help you out with this one, Spurgeon. And you can see, you actually pull off the Drystar upper. You can turn back to the front so they can get a good view of this one. You actually pull off the Drystar upper and reveal nice mesh and ride knit underneath. They're actually using some of their MATRYX material. I'm gonna chuck that to the side. So you now have it turning into a 3-season summer riding jacket when you remove that outer layer. So you're still waterproof from about mid-torso down, but the upper portion is gonna be that mesh ride knit, and as you can see, the super fabric has then turned into leather panels at both the shoulder and the elbow. So really cool design from Alpinestars. Hats off to their design department. This is a really cool and clever design. Again, you can fold the collar down just to hide the snaps that it came off of, and I mentioned there's 2 magnetic snaps. I'll show you them at the back. But working our way down the front, again, you have that zipper main entry and the hydration pass-throughs in case you want to add a hydration pack to this jacket, which you definitely can. It is sold separately, but you can hide the tubes in the front. Moving down to the lower torso, you do have a bunch of pockets down on the side in case you're carrying any extra stuff. Easy pass, first aid kit, anything like that, any response systems for Garmin. You do have those pockets in there, you can tuck them away. So a lot of storage. If you don't like storing anything on your bike, you'd rather keep it on your person like myself, that is a great option for you. Spurge, do me a favor and go ahead and hit the riding position off to the side. So when we look at this, what I really want to show off is, again, you get that leather instead of the super fabric on the sides when you take off that outer layer, and then you do have mesh and stretch with that ride knit coming all the way across the upper shoulders as well as down the back of the arm. So a really cool design. When you look down the side, there is a cinch cord on the inside of the waist, and then I mentioned before, you do have that kidney belt system on the inside. Spurge, go ahead and hit the back for me. Looking at the back of the jacket, you do have the hydration loop for hanging that loop on the outside. There's also a pocket to hang it on the inside, as well as add a back protector in there. One is not included at the $940 price point. I would have loved, and I can see the argument to have one included. I think with all the technical features and all the materials they're using, it could go both ways, but I have tons of back protectors at home that would fit right in there. So to each their own, just make sure you're adding that in there before you go for your next ride. You get this MATRYX material at the back. MATRYX material from Alpinestars is something we've seen in the past couple years. It is a great ventilated and still abrasion-resistant material that they've been using to supplement, perforated leather, things like mesh and all that, just that gets some more airflow without sacrificing that protection. You get MOLLE webbing across the mid-back and then a zipper pocket that's waterproof to go ahead and store anything in. And these are the magnetic snaps that help hold that upper jacket on that you might have missed earlier when I was taking it off with Spurgeon. You do get those on there, as well as a storage pouch and a drop seat. Spurge, you can go ahead and face front and unzip and show everybody the interior on this one. You do have a zipper main entry with a magnetic closure. We saw that introduced on the Tech Air 5. It helps the zipper find it at the base. A little bit complicated, but you get used to it after a little bit. Looking at the interior, you do get mesh as well as the kidney belt that Spurgeon is playing with there, as well as a waterproof pocket over on the left-hand side. If you have any valuables, you get caught in a rainstorm, you don't have that on top, you can keep them in there and it's going to be all set. You do have a short, long connection zipper at the back, as well as some stash pockets on each side in that mesh liner in there. You can go ahead and zip up, sir. So there you have it, the AMT-10R Drystar XF Jacket from Alpinestars. Again, I think this is a designer's dream of a jacket, throwing all the ingredients and everything in the kitchen sink at it to make a great option for those looking for a 4-season modular ADV to touring jacket. I know this is something Spurgeon's looking forward to getting out on a BMW launch that's coming up, so he can get some extended miles in it. So look forward to that review and see if he's going to be wearing this one in there. But if you have any other questions, feel free to click that info button. That's going to take you over to the product page where you can read other rider reviews and see what other riders are saying about the new AMT-10R. If you still have questions, our customer service team is available. They're all riders, happy to help you get set up for your next ride. I want to thank you for joining Spurgeon and I and checking out the AMT-10R Drystar XF Jacket from Alpinestars. I'm Pat, and I'll see you in the next video.